Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I'm going to be sharing with you two brand new palettes that released on the revolutionbeauty.com site on Wednesday. The first one is an eyeshadow palette and it's called the Revolution Reloaded Affection palette. So it looks like that, their classic reloaded palette. You can pick this one up for £4 from revolutionbeauty.com. I will also check at Superdrug, and if it is available at superdrug.com, I will of course add the link below. So this is what it looks like. Now, there's not what I would call in here a classic matte shade. You do have this black shade here, which has some glitter in it. And you do have this beautiful dusky rose shade there, which has got a slight sheen to it. So you may be able to get away with that. But these don't have your classic matte shades. So you will need a palette to accompany this, and I have the perfect one, and I'll be sharing that with you when I share with you my eye look. But I think that these shades in here are absolutely beautiful. I will be sharing with you the swatches in a moment, but straight away when I looked at this palette I noticed that these two shades look very similar, and so did these three here. That one is a little bit more pink, but these two looked very, very similar. But of course we'll be going through the swatches and taking a look at those. Now there's no names with these palettes. You do get numbers on the back, but I'll just be pointing to them and going across the top row, middle and then bottom, and I will also confirm which one I'm looking at. So we'll start at the top row. And we have this gold shimmer shade, absolutely beautiful, perfect for this time of year, going into that very festive season. Gold and burgundies, reds and all manner of those type of shades, it's perfect. So you have that one there. This is that marbled pink shade that is a little bit, it is more on the side of matte. So rather than a sheen, you can certainly see, or shimmer I should say, but it does have a little bit of a sheen to it, but not much. So if you wanted to use that as your base, you certainly could. This is the next one. So again, another golden shimmer. Let me just get the palette here so I can look and open it so I can have a look at the shades. This in the palette, whoops, looks like a bronze, like a bronzy gold, but absolutely beautiful. This one is that intense gold that you see on the top row. Very, very intense and absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. Then we have the last one on the first row, which is more of a blush kind of, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like a blush kind of champagne with darker brown marbling running through it. So that's what that one looks like. Then starting off with the second row, we have the first of those shades that looks very similar. So that one there, so it's burgundy, beautiful. We then have this very orangey brown shimmer. We have the first of those very light tones that look the same, so that one there. And then we have this one here, which again could fall into that family of like cranberry shades, but it has a little bit more of a brown tone to it. We then have that not shimmery, glittery black shade there, and you can see, has it got any glitter to it? Let me have a look in the mirror. No. This is what I feel about shades that has you know, like a black that has glitter in it. For whatever reason, the glitter never tends to translate. The black is absolutely fine. I would prefer it just to have been a matte black rather than the glitter, because I can't see any glitter in my mirror, and I don't think you'll be able to see any glitter either, just because none has transferred onto the swatch. Then we move on to the third row, and we've got that second of those very light shades. So that one there, and that one there. So they look very, very similar, although this one doesn't swatch as well as the first one, and this one has got tiny flecks of glitter in it, and it looks more like a silver. So that one there, and I'll just show you that again, and that one there. Then we have another one of those red cranberry shades, beautiful. And moving on, we have this beautiful bronzy tone, gorgeous. Then we have this one here, a little bit more peach, I should say, peach or gold. Then we have the last shade, the last eyeshadow shade, and this one is again within that same colour family, but it's a little bit lighter, it's a little bit pinker. Yeah, definitely more pink. So although some of the shades on first appearance look very, very similar within the pan, they actually translate quite differently, or a little bit differently, in swatches. Like this one is definitely more pink, this one is more cranberry, this one is a little bit lighter, and then we have, was it that one? And it looks much more cranberry. I think it was that one there. So yeah, they are all different. And this one is much more silver, has a little bit of sparkle to it than this one as well. So yeah, they all look slightly different. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So that's the first palette. Then we move on to this one, and it is the Reloaded Lustre Lights Warm. I think they had a cool as well. I went with the warm because obviously that is the kind of shades that I love. This one is £5. You're getting a net weight of 4 pans at 0.18 ounces or 5 grams each. They are cruelty free. Let me just check the eyeshadow for you. I forgot to give you that information. The eyeshadow palette is again cruelty free, and you're getting 15 pans at 0.04 ounces or 1.1 gram each for the eyeshadows. So this is what this one looks like. Again, your classic Reloaded palette, as in you can see through it, and it is the same shape as the eyeshadow. So it looks like that. Again, on the back, it gives you numbers for the shades, but this time obviously it's 4, and you can see that cruelty free there. So when you open it up, you have 4 shades like this. So you have a little bit of I would call that a creamy champagne, a true champagne there, if you like your lighter shades. But that to me is still a gorgeous shade. I would still wear that because it's got a little bit of warmth to it. Love this. This is your deeper, much more, I would say, golden compared to that first shade. And this is just beautiful, even deeper. So love, love, love those. So let's go through the swatches of that palette. Where did I put them? Oh, here we go. So starting off with that first shade, so that's your lightest shade there. Then I swatched this one here. Now this one didn't come off terribly well. I think what I'll do is I'll just swatch that one again and go over that. Yeah, even when I rub my finger, I mean, it looks good on camera, but when I look at it in person, I've had to actually dip my finger in there twice. So where are we with the second swatch? So that's the first. That's better, but I had to go in there a couple of times to get that. So that's definitely more of your subtle highlight that can be built up. Then we move on to the third, which is much more of your golden warm tone. And then this is the fourth one, the deepest one. I hope you can see that one there. Okay, there we go. So that's all 4 shades for you. Now what I went with today, I wanted quite a autumnal burgundy shade. I was really inspired by a particular shade within this eyeshadow palette, and of course I will move on to that in a moment when I actually apply it to the eye. Now obviously within this Reloaded collection, you have this beautiful matte. In fact, it is my favourite out of the Reloaded palettes. It is the Reloaded Basic Mattes palette. This is so versatile, and when you look at this, first of all you think it's boring, it's matte, but actually I could use this every single day for a starting point on any eye look. It is just a stunning palette. So this is what I started with today. So I'm just going to get my fluffy brush, which is my Primark PSI contour brush, of course. And I'm just going to, I'm sorry if I jog the camera, my mirror is pointing downwards, so I'm not going to be looking in there a great deal. Okay, that's better. So I'm going to now just apply this first shade, which is this one here on the top row. So that one there, and it is the fourth one along. Obviously it looks a little bit different because I've turned it upside down. So yeah, that one there. So let me just, have I got the right brush? Yes, I have. I just love these eyeshadow palettes, and they are so inexpensive, but they have great pigmentation. Their shades are, well, perfect. They blend so beautifully. My hair is trying to fight back as always. Okay, now as always I'm deepening up that base shade because of course if I don't then you won't be able to see it. So I do like that to be seen, and it works very well with my eye shape. I'm just going to go underneath the eye with that shade as well. And as with all of my looks, I'm taking it quite low, but obviously you can certainly apply your shadow to suit your eye shape. But taking it low, I don't know why, it just works with my eye shape and I just love it. Even if I'm going just doing the weekly food shop, this is the makeup that I will wear just because I like to go all out with my makeup. And what you see me apply on camera is exactly how I apply my makeup in, you know, my day-to-day life. So that is the base. I mean, I just love that colour on its own. Love it. Now I went in with this shade, so it's on the bottom and it is number 1, so it's the first shade along, and I went in with that one. I'm using the same style of brush, just a newer version with the blue, and I'm going to start deepening up that outer V and then going into the crease and then starting to take that up. I actually take this shade up quite high because what I also want is for this to be seen as well, and I also take it all through the crease. I really want this to be a very autumnal, just beautiful mix of these stunning mattes. Like that, so we can definitely see that gradient there. Absolutely beautiful. Like I say, these just work so beautifully together, and I know a lot of you when this palette first came out thought, you know, why do we need a basic mattes palette? But of course it is just one of those palettes that just works with every single eye look. I mean, you've even got this shade here that has a little bit of khaki to it. You've got this one which is a little bit more mustard. It worked perfectly as well all through the summer for me, and I just absolutely loved it. So I'm just making sure that everything is blended, and then if you do go a little bit too much, then obviously just blend it out with the first brush with that first shade again. Like that. And like I say, these blend so beautifully. Revolution has really you know, got their mattes on point. Absolutely perfection. Now what I wanted to do is, you can see the difference. I really wanted to deepen it out a little bit more because I wanted to test out that black. So we're going to swap over from the basic mattes now and move on to the Affection palette. So we're going into this shade here, the one with the sparkle to it. So I'm using this one from my Primark eyeshadow blending brush trio collection, and it's numbered, have I got it the right way around, 252. It looks like this, it's got a little bit of a dome to it. You really do not have to touch or swirl your brush around, you just literally tap it and that's enough black on the brush. So again, we're going to start on that outer part of the eye, the outer V, and then we're going to gradually blend that into the crease. like that, and I just need to see this side. And I'm just keeping it in this area, and that is all I did, just to add a little bit of smokiness. Then what I did, I reverted back to my second brush and then just blended that, because I don't want it too much, but we just want that little bit of depth there, and you can see the difference that it makes. I don't want to blend it out too much either. What I'm also going to do is just get my first brush, just blend that there. I think I've come over a little bit too much. That is a lot better. Okay, I'm just going to check my eyes, making sure that I've done that correctly. Okay, now what I'm going to do is get another brush. Obviously you can use one or two brushes, but because I'm using black, I don't want to mix them up too much. I'm using this brush from another set from Primark. It came within that tube turquoise collection. You had it was a travel set, I believe. So this is really flat. And what I found was that this black is so intense that even if you go like this, so just tap it, that is enough. You won't need any more than that. And I definitely found that out when I used this round brush and I put it underneath the eye on the first eye. It literally went in places that I didn't want it to go. So I reverted to this brush, and basically all I did was I just wanted a little bit of depth here. And then I'm going back to my second brush again, and I'm getting a little bit more. In fact, actually I've got to swap back to the basic mattes. And I'm going into that beautiful burgundy second eyeshadow and just blend that out. Even that was a little bit too much. That is one intense eyeshadow, that black shade. I'm just going back to the first. Blend that out a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's absolutely fine. Okay. I'm just going to add a little bit more burgundy, just to blend that out a little bit. Gorgeous. I've really found actually that the blacks that I've been using this week have really enhanced the eye look. I don't know what you think, but yeah, I'd really love your thoughts on that. So that basically is the shades from the basic mattes and the black from this brand new beautiful Affection palette. Now for the shimmer. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to keep the theme. I applied this lipstick, which I don't think is available anymore. It's from Morphe, and if you've got it, it's from the Daring Metallic collection from last year, and it looks like that. I don't know if any of you picked this one up. It was I think I've mentioned it, but it is from their Christmas collection. It looks like this, and it's called Spotlight. And this one really looks like a shade within the palette. You can see that. So I just wanted to incorporate that in this look. Like I say, I don't think you can get it anymore, but I really wanted to wear it with this eye look to show you how there are lipsticks that also match, especially at this time of year. Now, the eyeshadow that we're going into is this one here. So it is on the second row, and it's the first shade. Obviously, again, I've turned it upside down. So it's this one here. Absolutely beautiful. It's like a pink cranberry, so like that. And it just is stunning. Now, it's pink, but it's also you know, got that cranberry base. So it's got a cranberry base, so it works just, oh, beautifully at this time of year. Just going to get that black brush, or the brush that I use for the black shade. Just make sure that that is all blended like that. Then what I wanted to do, I wanted to then keep the theme with the eye look. I didn't want to go too light with it. I wanted to keep to this beautiful shade. And I'm using the PS Pro Shading Eye Brush. Like I always say, any pencil brush will do. And then I'm just going to use that as the inner corner highlight. I think that Revolution do from their Nudes collection, they've actually got a lipstick very similar to this. I will list and link that down below for you. The only reason that I am wearing this one today is because I am quite seasonal with my makeup, like I am with my clothes. So I've sort of looked at my makeup and been digging around at the lipsticks that are very autumnal and wintry, and this Morphe one was one of the ones that I had on the top, so that's why I've used it. But I can't remember what it's called, but I will link it down below. It's absolutely stunning. I should have brought that in with me as well to show you. Let me just put a little bit more of that this side. Oh, that is just stunning. Absolutely love that shade. So if you want a, you know, cranberry pink eye look, then this palette Affection is definitely the one for you. And it's only £4. I'm always stunned by the price of these. Now I've got my eyeliner, which, wow, I'm struggling to get the lid off as always. I'm using the Revolution HD Smoky waterproof liner as always, just to line my waterline like that. And of course I'm going to be using the Mascara Revolution to just add a little bit of definition to my lashes. Of course I'm going to take off some of the product like that, and then get the hair out of the way. Okay, that worked very well. I didn't take off as much mascara as I usually do. Love that. Now for another product. Obviously, I'm always trying to look for the perfect highlight. I think I found it with the Revolution Pro. Are they called? Oh, I can't remember what the name is now. I've completely lost the plot now where I was. But I mentioned them in yesterday's skin finish powders. That's it. I knew it would come to me eventually. So the skin finish powders I think are just spot on, but I'm always still intrigued by a lot of Revolution's highlights because they don't necessarily just go for those really light. They always add some deeper tones, which I absolutely love. So I thought for £5 I would try this one out. So I think what I'm going to go for, I'm not going to go for this one here because I think it's a little bit too deep for this look. So I think I'm going to go for the gold one this time. I think it's going to work beautifully with this cranberry pink eye look. I'm using, as always, the flex brush, and I am just going into that now. I'll do this side first, which you probably won't be able to see as clearly. Ooh, that is nice. Because it's a deeper gold, it comes off quite champagne for me on my skin tone. So yeah, really, really love that. So obviously if you have a deeper skin tone than me, you can use this one. And if you're lighter, then you've got these two, but this one is spot on for me, and I could get away with that one, but I just feel that the eye look is a little bit deep and smoky today. So just add that there. Oh, you can see it now. That is intense, but it is intense, but it's not, I mean, some of the highlights that I've been sharing with you recently are just, you know, you can be seen from space. This one has also, it's a shimmer, but it's got tiny, tiny, very, very tiny, minuscule little specks of glitter in there. So if you don't like glitter, you may not like that, but it's very, very minuscule. It's not chunky at all. I mean, you can see that from the swatches there. They're very, very, very small, but it's not chunky, and it's also melting into the skin. So yeah, really, really like that. I've gone a little bit heavy with the contour because I wanted to wear this jumper today. I'm absolutely freezing and I wanted a thick jumper, and I went for this one, but black always washes me out, so I went a little bit heavy with that, and that's why I wear a lot of cream, because it doesn't wash me out. But yeah, it's actually not too bad because I've gone a little bit heavier. So yeah, that is the eye look, and the highlight. I really, really like that actually. Oh, even though it's got those little bits of glitter, that is gorgeous, and it melts in. You can really build that up as well, and it works beautifully with this eye look. So that is the eye look using the Reloaded Affection palette, and the highlight of course is the Reloaded Lustre Lights Warm. Whoops, they're very reflective. This is £4, this is £5. I also wanted to just mention, and I am absolutely thrilled, I had to do this, that a couple of days ago when I received one order, I was very disappointed because they are now sending out a brand new invoice system, and that invoice has your name on it. So I've now resolved the issue and I've actually got it in my name. I am so thrilled. So yeah, you are the revolution, Samantha, and thank you for shopping with us. So I am so thrilled that I've now got this. The only thing that I will say, because someone did mention this, that when you look at the prices on here, it's got a percentage taken off. So for example, the eyeshadow palette is £4, but it says £3.33 on here. So is that 10% or 20%? I'm not quite sure. And then the eyeshadow palette should be £5, but it's £4.17 on here. So they haven't quite got the prices correct to show me, you know, which ones, you know, how much I paid for. But yeah, it's definitely, and I can't show you this because I've got other products on here that I will be sharing with you soon. So I can't show you that, and my address is on here. But yeah, really love the fact that now I've got this. So my husband's got one and I've got one now, so I'm absolutely thrilled by that. I will list and link that lipstick down below because that will be a perfect accompaniment to this eye look as well as this one. I think it's only, again, £3 or £4. So yeah, this is my eye look. Also, if you're interested in my earrings, these are a couple of pounds from Primark. I think they're in a recent haul, but yeah, really love the pop of red with this black, although the jumper is not, it's cream. And I've been knocking off all sorts of things with this sleeve, so that's why it's rolled up. So I'll leave you with the swatches as always. I would love to hear your thoughts on the palettes. I would love to hear your thoughts on the eye look. I am in love. I like pink, but I don't necessarily like that really light, you know, cool pink. This is really an eye look for me. It suits me. It's beautiful for this time of year. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with that palette, and that Basic Matte eyeshadow palette also works beautifully with any of these other palettes. So yeah, love to hear your thoughts, and of course if you have just stumbled across my channel, I would absolutely love it if you subscribe to watch further videos, especially if you love Revolution as much as what I do, because I will share with you the products that I purchase as quickly as I can when they're delivered. I've got an issue with another order. In fact, this order was placed on Wednesday, came first. I then placed another order about a week ago, dispatched at the same time, and I haven't got it. So I'm not quite sure what's up with that. Fingers crossed I get it though. And yeah, I'll be sharing everything with you as soon as I can. So do please subscribe to watch further videos. Like I say, if you do love Revolution as much as me. But of course, I will be seeing you all again tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.